Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Praveen Kumar Sriram. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, author, currently working as a solutions architect on Azure. Today we are going to learn a new concept and it's advanced a bit. Basically, we are going to learn a design pattern uh, which is called as configuration set. Microsoft recommends 4 design patterns as of now. So we are going to learn about the first design pattern which is called as configuration set. So before we implement the design pattern, I'm going to explain a real world use case. Once I will explain what is a bad way of working. Once we understand that, we'll learn how to implement good way of implementing the same use case. So let's first understand what is the real world use case. In any project, we would be having multiple environments. Here in this slide, I would like to take 2 environments. One is production, the other one is development. And in production, let's say we want to create an Azure app service plan. In production, it is recommended to have premium SKU, maybe with 5 instances. However, in development, we don't need premium, right? But in development also we need app service plan. But here the SKU need not be premium. It could be basic with 1 instance itself. Because in development, only the developers would be using the app service plan. However, in production, many people would be using it, the real users. These are use case. Now, this functionality can be implemented in many different ways. We already implemented this in one of our old videos in the Bicep series. First, let me show you how we implemented this functionality, which is a bad method. Let me take you to the Visual Studio Code. We have implemented this in 25th video, which is Azure Bicep conditional expression. I opened main.bicep. As you can see here, the SKU name and SKU capacity, these are 2 parameters, and we wanted to use F1 for dev and S1 for non-dev as the SKU, and 1 instance in dev and 2 instances in production, something like this. So now this is just for app service plan. For app service plan, we have to write 2 conditions. Think about other services. For every service, to reduce cost, we will have minimum capacity in dev and higher capacity in production. That's generally what we do. Now, as the number of services grows, the number of conditions will also increase. So this is a bad way of working. So now today we are going to learn how to refactor this code in such a way that it looks clean. So the code will be refactored now, and basically we are going to leverage a pattern or design pattern called configuration set. Let's get started. I already copied all these files and created a new folder called 44.azure bicep design pattern1 configuration set. I'm going to fix these things now. Okay, let's get started. All right, let's get started. So I'm not removing anything now. I'll remove the parameters which are not required soon, but let's create a variable. Maybe I will call it as v configurations. Now in our example, we just have dev and production, right? So inside it, create a production attribute like this. And for production, right now we are working only for app service plan. So create one more child like this. And here we want to specify SKU name and SKU capacity, right? So maybe we can say SKU name and SKU capacity. For production, we discussed it is fine. So premium has multiple different SKU names. We wanted to use maybe P2 V2. Basically, this is P2 of version 2. This is what we wanted to use for production. Similarly, I want something for dev. So copy everything, paste it here, and replace this with development. And I don't need premium for development environment. All I need is maybe B1 with one instance. That's it. Now there is a warning. It is giving us a warning because it is never used yet. Now here we have specified only the configurations for app service plan. If you want something similar for other Azure services, maybe you can start putting it here. After this, for example, you have storage. You can do something like this and keep on adding the attributes that you want. For now, I'm removing this just to make it simple. We will implement it only for app service plan. Okay. So far we have not used any of this. So now all we need is you start using this wherever we want. Earlier we have used these two, right? So where did we use this? SKU name and SKU capacity. We are passing those things here, right? Instead of passing them, maybe I'll comment it here. Now it started throwing error. So instead of using these parameters, we need to use this variable. Basically, it's called as map. V configurations of either production or development. Now here we have something called as environment, right? So whenever we are running the bicep script for dev environment, the value of this env will be dev. Whenever we want it for production, it will be production, right? So copy it, dot app service plan dot SKU name. That's it. Similarly, for capacity, SKU capacity. That's it. And one thing we need to ensure it should not be DEV here anymore because it should match the exact value of this. So if we are running for development, so we should make sure that it is development. I have created two resource groups, one for dev environment, which is empty. Other one is for production, which is also empty. Now we are going to run our bicep script in both the resource groups, and we are going to remove this value because this should come from a parameter file. Currently the value is set to development and all the names also have dev inside them. So now let me start executing the bicep script. Take some time. Let me pause the recording. I'll come back once it is completed. All right, the execution is successful. Now let's head over to Azure Management Portal, and we are inside Dev Resource Group now. Let me do a refresh, and let me open App Service Plan. It should be basic with one instance. Yes. Now let's run the same thing in production. Let's go back. Maybe I will just change it to PRD. I'll just change this to production. We just need to ensure that the name of this must be the same here. Just to be safe, I copy pasted. Save it. Let's clear the screen. Now we need to run the same command for production. Ensure that you are giving the appropriate resource group name. Here in my case, it's Azure Bicep PRD East to West RG1. So let me hit enter. If everything is fine, then even in this resource group, we are going to see an app service plan with premium tier and 5 instances. The command execution will take some time. Let me pause the recording. I'll come back once it is successful. Alright, the deployment is successful now. Let's head over to Azure Management Portal and navigate to Production Resource Group and navigate to the App Service Plan, and we should see Premium V2 with 5 instances. So this is how we can write clean code using one of the design patterns that Microsoft recommended. Instead of having or writing multiple conditions, we can have everything in one configuration set. I demonstrated this only for App Service Plan. Feel free to use the same technique for any other Azure service like Story Account, Logic App, Function Apps, and anything. All you need is create such map parameters or map variables, or maybe you can use just one map variable for all the various Azure resources. That's it on this video. If you have any feedback, feel free to provide the same in the comment section. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.